Hello everyone, welcome to Community Distance Reiki. Danielle here. I hope you are doing well. I see that we've got some folks here already and I love the intentions. They are super timely for the astrology, like whoa. So yeah, it's great to have you all here. If you are new, go ahead and click that live chat button. Feel free to introduce yourself and make any requests for your personal healing that you feel inclined to do so. We are going to start things off by building a beautiful crystal grid exactly to all of your requests. And after that, in a brief explanation of Reiki, we're going to slide right into the healing. If you're watching this as a video replay and you want to skip ahead to the healing, go to approximately the 1 hour mark or where you see the lights begin to shift. And for everyone who's returning, thank you for coming back. I appreciate you and I appreciate your ongoing support. Of course, to learn more about me, my live online Reiki certification courses, as well as my crystal shop, you can go ahead over and visit learnreikiphiladelphia.com. All of the links are in the description. So let's go on ahead over and start building this grid. Awesome. So apologies in advance. This is a new, or a different camera. So let me know if it's better than, different from, not as good as. Let me know what you think. And that's actually why I was a little bit late getting on today, just making sure everything looks as good as possible. So let's go ahead and see who's here. We've got Patty, Violet Integration, Jennifer Vatsa, T, and JS. Good to see you all. Really good to see you all. So let's go ahead and I'm just going to go ahead and bring this up. There we go. Awesome. Good to see you all. So let's see what we have. So giving myself a chance to see what life I want, what the life you want may look like. Confidence and joy. Ooh, I like that. That is super timely. So Jupiter is moving or has moved into Taurus, and it will be there for about a year before it moves into the next sign. And this is basically a time where we're going to start to look at what do we want our life to look like? How do we want to enjoy our lives more? How do we want to have a better work-life balance? How do we get to a place in our lives where we have the happiness we want? So this is a perfect time to be asking for that. Cool. So let's see what life I want. Let's start with and also with the confidence. This one does both. This is yellow calcite, one of our favorites here. This is all about optimism, confidence. It really does clear blockages around your center of self-identity, your free will, your boundaries. If these are things you struggle with, this is a wonderful stone. It brings a lot of joy into things. It encourages you to bring the joy that you find within yourself and bring that out into the world, which is a great way to kind of encourage you to be yourself out in the world and learn what that is. It's also great for following your desires and prioritizing your desires, not so much the obligations, desires, or anything of others. It's not about what others' opinions are. It's about what's important to you. So this is yellow calcite. Just put these around the edge. We have our copper spiral here. This helps to break up any blockages and it helps get the energy flowing optimally. I'm also going to put in some orange sunstone. If you're looking for where do I want to go? What do I want to do? Orange sunstone reminds you that you are more than you think you are. There's a lot of ways that we sell ourselves short. We don't think that we have it within our ability to do X, Y, and Z, so we don't even consider it. This helps you get out of your own way and see what the greatest possible opportunities might be. So orange sunstone. There we go. And let's see. let's do some picture jasper. Picture jasper helps us envision our future potential as well. In a way, it's sort of brings a bit of creative vision to how you see your potential future. Super pretty. It's great for big picture thinking, new ventures or adventures, whatever the case may be. If you're traveling, it's superb. It helps with moving abroad. It also helps with meeting and connecting with new cultures. So this is a wonderful stone for that. It's a great like big picture kind of stone. So we're going to bring that in too. And because this is just so timely, I think that this is a good way to kind of start our grid. Okay, let me just try to even things out a bit. Yeah, I think we're good there. Cool. Thanks for being here, JS. I know you're going to be watching this later, but I hope you have an awesome session. And T. Jennifer Vatsa, that makes sense. Been doing a lot of visualization on what my perfect life looks like. Yeah, this is absolutely the time to do that. I've been working on that myself. On like, what do I want my day to look like? What do I want my week to look like? What do I want my month to look like? Like all the different big buckets, little buckets kind of things. You think this camera's a bit sharper and clearer overall? Great. Awesome. Still working with like, it's got a lot more adjustments for like light and things like that. And it's got a wider, yeah, I could nerd out on all the techie things about it, but it's definitely a little bit to get used to. But thank you. I'm glad to know that this is sharper. Let's see. T has a request for, and I'm doing well. Week's been treating me well so far. Getting unstuck, letting go of what no longer serves us. Getting moving in the right purpose, abundance and security. Stonewise, garnet, snowflake obsidian, and tiger eye. Garnet's a really good one for when you start like making those moves and you start like coming up with the plans and how do I make it happen. Garnet is super great. We're also going to get some tiger eye. Let's see. Let's definitely go in with some chrysocolla. I have the ones you requested, but definitely want some chrysocolla too. This is definitely making decisions that are in alignment with our highest good, and it also helps us to follow our spiritual purpose with a lot of really incredible encouragement and empowerment in that way. It can also help you find new ways to connect through creativity, and this can help you kind of get those creative ideas flowing for how do I want this to look? How can I make that happen? Great for it. But yeah, for when it comes to the decision making and feeling really empowered on your path, following your soul's purpose. There you go. So we're going to put in 2 pieces of that. So that's chrysocolla. And then as requested, we've got tiger eye. This helps with study and research, as well as courage, strength, and balance. It's very protective, and it's another one that really helps with the big picture. Things like, when I say big picture, this is more of like I could see this being more of like an entrepreneurial type stone. If you're thinking about starting your own business, if you're thinking about doing consulting or something on your own, like being a freelancer, whatever that might be. But this is very big level thinking, lots of different pieces, even making long-term plans or goals. So we'll bring in the tiger eye. It also protects against things like jealousy and envy. So that's golden tiger eye, so pretty. Snowflake Obsidian helps with releasing guilt and with releasing patterns that you have, that things that you do that they're patterns and you maybe don't even notice them, but that they're not serving you. This helps bring them to your attention and also release and replace it with a newer, better plan. It's also great for overstimulation. It helps you to find peace, serenity, especially after a time of loss. And it's great for clairaudience. So that's spiritual hearing, but also serenity, hope after times of loss too. So Snowflake Obsidian can be a really great one to help us get out of our own way in a very gentle, loving way, but it's also good for shadow work too. And garnet. This is organization, courage, creativity, but also practicality. This helps you when you want to shake things up and do things differently and find the best way to do them. Garnet's the one to help. It's also great for finding a sense of balance when things are shifting and changing all around you, and definitely like organization. So if you're struggling with any of those things, garnet's wonderful. This is very much a Capricorn stone. It is the January birthstone. So there we go. And Fawn, Chris, Goddess of Four, Catherine, good to see you all. Very good to see you all. Getting unstuck too. Polychrome Jasper. I have been just totally vibing with Polychrome Jasper. This one really helps to like reignite that fire for the things that are really important to us, the passions in our life. It helps to break, if you feel like you're lethargic or indifferent, or it's sort of like, do I even want to kind of thing. If you're in that kind of a stuck, this is super helpful. It's like a very hopeful kick in the pants in a sense, very motivating and lends a lot of self-confidence. It's also great for the lower body. It's thought to support movement and the lower body joints and the extremities, so arms and legs. It's also connected with the Earth Star chakra. That's the energy center beneath our root chakra. That's where our spiritual purpose is really actionable. We can start to do the things that bring us along our spiritual path. So this is Polychrome Jasper. Let's see, I put one here and one there. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Maybe we'll move them around. Maybe we won't. I think that'll help. Awesome. So glad you are here. Thank you, T. And Jennifer, intentions, headache, neck ache, Philly angst. Yeah. Things falling into place to move out of the city. Absolutely. So we've got stones, Moonstone, Kunzite, and Lemurian. Okay, so Moonstone helps us to be in alignment with divine purpose as well. So Moonstone in general also helps us to connect with the cycles, rhythms, and patterns of nature, including and especially the tides, because that is what the moon controls. It also helps with acceptance of divine timing, even when that divine timing is maybe not our preferred timing. It helps with attracting love, and it also supports the divine feminine and ancient wisdom as well. You can also lean on this to help you with protection during travel and connection to your intuition. So that's Moonstone. Let's see. I'm actually going to do that. Yeah, I think we're doing better with that. Moonstone can look so many different ways and still be the same stone. Oops. My cat just caught one. And it's just so beautiful every single time. It's really calming for me. I'm sure it's really like invigorating for some, but for me it's really calming. Lemurian quartz was a gift from Vincent and Cora Carr, and we are eternally grateful to them. This is a wonderful crystal of healing the past, especially anything from childhood or things from past lives. So a lot of times things keep repeating life after life. So this helps to bring those things up and heal them once and for all so they don't have to keep being repeated. It also helps with releasing past emotional pain, whether it's this life, previous lives, or both. And it's great for the self-healing spiritual journey in general. It really helps us to learn about ourselves through the process, and it's so empowering to learn about ourselves and what helps us and what doesn't. So, Lemurian quartz. Let's do... Awesome. And you mentioned kunzite. Awesome. I'm glad I saw that before I went live. I went and I grabbed my bracelet. Kunzite is an intense and incredible heart stone. This is a stone that helps expand what our heart is able to hold in terms of unconditional love and support of self, support of others. It is a really powerful heart healer. It's also very angelic. It can help us to feel connected to our angels, to source, and to our spirit guides and helpers. Any way that you want to work with this, feeling your angels around you or just feeling enveloped in love, kunzite is really exceptional for that. So we're going to go ahead and this is just some of the nicest kunzite I was able to find. So there we go. And so let's see. Headache, neck ache, Philly angst. So let's do... Let's do some rhodochrosite because I feel like this will be really in connection with the work of Lemurian quartz as well as helping headache. So this is rhodochrosite. It's usually like a light pink and white, and this helps with everything from mother-child bonding to healing like childhood wounds, especially early childhood wounds. It's great for the heart, circulation, intuition, and it's also got a connection with the lungs and asthma, just like rhodonite, which is pink and black. But yeah, great for stress headaches and also for anybody who does any channeling, especially if you're doing any channeling work around ancestors or even your deceased animal companions. This can be really helpful. So I'm going to bring this in, but this can be great for headaches, especially if they're stress headaches. So we'll put those in there. And I hope that that helps, and lots of love to you. If you think of anything else that can be really helpful, let me know. Good to see you, Violet Integration. Martha, Fiat Luna, absolutely wonderful to see you both. Aww. Your cats are ready for Reiki. They would like some tiger's eye and leopard skin jasper, but not Dalmatian jasper because dogs. I love it. Okay, we've got the tiger eye. Let's definitely bring in some leopard skin jasper. Leopard skin jasper helps us to connect with our animals, it helps to facilitate any kind of animal healing, and it's also fantastic for working with our animal spirits, so like your spirit guides as well. So this is what it looks like. It's also great for coordination and balance, as well as attracting a soulmate and anything impacting the skin, like things that cause like rashes and things. Like I've put this in grids for folks that have like poison ivy and things like that. So, but yeah, it's lovely for animals. When my kittens were still ringworm kittens, I had this hidden in my bathroom where they were quarantined until I could clear them of that fungal skin infection, and it was definitely helpful. So got that in there. Okay, good stuff. So let's go back to the top of the list, working our way down. Intention of financial freedom, removal of creative blocks, and fertility. Love it. Okay. Okay, so for creative blocks and fertility, let's see. Financial freedom. Let's just go ahead and do all of the, and I did see the request for more customers too. Let's go ahead and do all of the abundance financial manifestations now. So we have, first and foremost, Citrine. This helps with manifesting financial abundance as well as making good money related decisions. It helps with addictions and compulsions, and it's thought to really help balance logic with intuition. I find it really helpful for that for me. It's also great for nausea too. So Citrine. Let's put that here. Put some on top of the Moonstone. And then, let's see. Also gonna put some pieces here. Actually, I'm gonna put these in here. Let's just use lots of citrine. There we go. Oops. So that's lots of citrine. If you want to work with the money corner of your home per like Western feng shui, it's the back left corner of a room or home with your back to the entrance. So walk in your front door or the door to the room. Door is at your back. So back of the room, opposite you, to the left. That's going to be where you want to put any manifestations that you might be working on, whether it's with these specific crystals or anything else. But we do have some pyrite. Pyrite, the fool's gold brings the real gold. It's also great for fever, the lungs, the brain and memory, and intuition, while also being protective. So if you are working with starting a new or your first practice of working with your intuition and you struggle with the, yes, I want to be open in here, but not anything dark or negative, pyrite can be really helpful for that. But yeah, it definitely calls in the money too. So we'll go ahead and we'll place this here. And they actually do form in squares. It's so wild. Iolite also helps with making good money decisions. It's very grounding. It helps with intuitive related sleep disturbances. Like if you're meditating all day and then you can't sleep, Iolite's a good one. It's also great for fever. Like I said, money management for sure. And if you have a goal around weight loss, this can be helpful too. So Iolite. And so we have those for our abundance. Oh, and I almost forgot Cinnabar. Cinnabar is Mercury. And those little red dots, yep, that's mercury. So be very careful with this stone. This is what it looks like when there's more of it. Notice I'm not touching the actual mercury, but this has been used for a very long time to attract customers to a business, and it's long been considered the merchant stone. So we will place you right there. And as for fertility and creativity, busting up those creative blocks, we'll start with some carnelian. This helps with relationships and everything to do with the sacral chakra. Sacral chakra is how we relate to others around us and how we have relationships. So whether it's colleagues, housemates, family, or romance, this helps all of it. Definitely helpful for fertility because the sacral encompasses sex, sexuality, sexual function and dysfunction, and definitely fertility. It's also helpful for another aspect of the sacral, which is creativity, for sure. So we'll bring this in. And there's a stone I love to use alongside carnelian when I'm working on an intention around creativity, and that is sodalite. Sodalite and carnelian work together well because part of creativity is the actual creative force in the sacral, and the other part, which is what catches us up a lot of times, is the expression of that creativity. And that's whether we're speaking, writing, painting, performing, whatever it might be. Sodalite can help us to express ourselves more clearly and with a lot more support. It's great for, it's also great for relieving menopause symptoms. It's highly recommended for that, as well as if you're struggling with homesickness or even impulses. So sodalite for sure. Let's see, where shall we place you? Good stuff. And that is sodalite. So I hope that helps, and I'm so grateful that you are here. Vincent, lots of love. Charles Chan, yeah, this can be magic to attract good luck or any other intention that you might have. So physical healing, definitely luck. If it's financial abundance, if it's inner peace, if it's a better night's sleep, whatever you got. We're here to support you, and welcome. And remove creative blocks and fertility. I thought this was a PG channel. Just kidding. Yeah, well, I mean, as long as I encourage you to do whatever with consenting adults in your own home. Go for it. You can carry the stones in your pocket, or we're going to put this grid together, and then at the end, I'm going to send Reiki and crystal healing to everyone. So you can hang out with us, and I will send you some Reiki if you would like. Yeah, Fawn. Okay, good stuff. All right, I'm going to keep going, working my way down the list. Patty's intentions, feeling worthy of and being magnetically irresistible to my own good and abundance. I love that. I really like that. Catherine, sorry, romance writer here. I couldn't resist. No need to resist. You're having a hard time with chat sending. There might be some glitches on the YouTube side. I had trouble in someone else's live stream messaging too, so it might be that. Let's see. I'm gonna move up to... Okay, so it sounds like it's worded more like... Yeah, magnetically irresistible to my own good and abundance. I love that. Let's bring in some Herkimer, because this is a stone that helps us with our manifestations, and I kind of want to boost that positive affirmation. This helps us to connect to the divine. It helps us to relax. It's also great for just being in the moment. But it takes what we're manifesting and it's basically bringing it to spirit and saying, hey, this is what I'd like, and I'd like the highest possible spiritual version of this, and I want this manifestation to impact everyone it touches positively. It's also great for balancing discordant energies, for metabolism, and for intuition. So Herkimer diamond, but it's actually not a diamond. It is clear quartz. So let's see, where shall we place these? Let's do, yeah, we'll do that. Okay, and we've got, I love that. I absolutely love that. Feeling worthy too. I think for self-worth, I really want to go with aventurine. This also helps us to kind of expand our soul's vision of ourself, what we're capable of, who we are, how we are. It's also great. It's another one that's great for fertility, also eye problems, allergies, the heart, and learning, especially learning things that we're intimidated by. So we'll bring this in. Okay. And I think that that'll help. Love, light, peace, and blessings to you all. Thank you, Patty. Oh, I'm glad you're here too, Charles. Mr. Mystery, I sell some stones on my website. The link's in the description. LearnReikiPhiladelphia.com. There's a few of them that I sell, but my collection's not super vast. But Jennifer Vatsa also has one, and she's in the chat, and she has her own YouTube as well, and that's Belladonna Botanicals on Etsy. So Learn Reiki Philadelphia, Belladonna Botanicals, either one. I can definitely vouch for that. But you can also hang out here and enjoy the good vibes of it. I definitely have aventurine in my shop. Let's see. Oh, you jerry-rigged a jeweler's loop to your camera for close-ups. That's brilliant. Add some pyrite and peridot to the grid. Greatly appreciated. We've got the pyrite. Let's do some peridot. Let's do peridot. This is great for breaking kind of bad habits, bad cycles, and kind of letting things go on that regard. It's great for prosperity too, as well as friendships, especially the friendships that really help us be our best selves. And for anything having to do with digestion issues, especially acid reflux. It's also great for anger, jealousy, and it's just a good vibes all around. Can also help with weight loss and depression if those are anything that you're having intentions about. And healing for hubby, body pain, and more energy for us, joint pain for you. Gotcha. Iolite. and energy. So first I'll put in some rutilated quartz. This is clear quartz with rutils going through it, and this really helps to bring up our energy stores, especially for really run down or just getting over something. It's also helpful for focusing energy, so it helps to focus the mind. It helps with the mind-body connection, and it helps with focusing energy where it's most needed if you're getting any kind of healing work. So for that reason, it's thought of as being a great gift for anyone who is battling cancer. It's thought the energy will help like direct all of the healing that they're getting to where it's most needed. So we'll bring that in, and lots of love to Korakar's stepfather as he's dealing with cancer. Put that there and that there, but yeah, lots and lots of energy. Lots more get up and go. We also have Iolite, which helps the joints and the bones. This is whether it's bone density or healing a fracture, dislocation, or just achy joints. White Iolite's really, really helpful. It's also superb for anger, resentment, frustration, like those really difficult emotions that can like cause us to be a little bit explosive. This helps kind of knock that down a little bit so that we can make better decisions or make any decisions if there's decisions to make that can help our situation and really help us work through the root causes of the anger and the resentment. So that is Iolite. Also, the polychrome jasper helps with lower body movement and the joints too. And I hope that that helps. We'll also bring in some Lapis for some pain. This is great for inflammation-based pain, but also integrity, deep communication with trust and honesty. It aids disorganization and encourages personal responsibility. It can also help with moving upward in your career. So that is Lapis Lazuli. And I hope you're doing well. Definitely, Lapis helps aid disorganization, and Chris mentioned that. Good to see you all. And I'm going to work in Chris's requests too. Petrified wood. And connecting to your helping spirits, absolutely. Let's see. Okay, so let's do petrified wood and connecting to the helping spirits, to the spirit guides. Okay. Petrified wood is, it's the kind of thing that has gone through its own really involved journey. Basically, this was a living tree before it had to die to become what it is now, which is stone. And it helps us through those difficult transitions. It helps us to remain grounded, and it helps us to see the beauty in ending one thing and beginning another. It's very much, I often think of it as connected with the death card in the tarot, which is not a bad card. It's like natural endings generally. And so we'll bring that in. Celestite can help us to call upon our higher wisdom, our spirit guides, and our angels. It helps us to discern our thoughts and our fears from what is spiritual guidance. And it's also really helpful for all manner of pain. So this will be helpful as well for Goddess of Four. And I think a few of you too. So that's Celestite. And so that's Celestite. And I'm also going to bring in Sapphire. Sapphire is great for channeling, but really connecting with your angels and guides any way that works for you. It's also great for speedy justice, so we'll think about Greg and Susan when we call this in. It's also protective and helpful for the thyroid, for the eyes, the ears. It's even thought to have a positive impact on dementia, or at least the experience of the person who's going through it. But yeah, very connected to the angels and trying to visualize a good outcome when you're going through a difficult time. So this is Sapphire. Let's move these up here. And I hope that that helps. Lungs, kidneys, constipation. You know what helps the kidneys is actually picture jasper. So that's here. Lungs, we have pyrite and we have rhodochrosite. Better sleep, definitely Iolite helps with that. And for tummy, the peridot helps, as well as the Dalmatian jasper. This can really help with that. It also helps with energy clearing and making space for cooperation among people. But any kind of digestive issues, IBS, Crohn, constipation, any of that, this can be really helpful. This is actually black tourmaline going through jasper, and black tourmaline repels and dispels negative energy. So it can kind of break things up that are just not in your highest good and allows them to move out of your energy field. So do with that what you will. But yeah, we'll bring this in. Let's put that behind our sodalite. And also going to bring in for the lungs, I'm going to bring in emerald. This helps the whole upper respiratory tract. It also helps us to find our zest for life again. If we feel like that's been lost, it can really like bring out our passions again. It's good for healing skin and tissue. And for restoring confidence in our appearance too. So this is raw emerald. So I hope that this helps your lungs. And let's put that in front of sapphire. I'm so glad you are here. Need to get over feeling sick in the middle of moving. Sapphire can be found in other colors too. A lot of other colors. Oh, good questions, Charles. It's basically the style of Reiki I work with is the theories on energy are connected to like what we see in Shintoism, which is the indigenous spirituality of Japan. And the concept is that it's there's we're all interconnected. All of our souls are interconnected. And then there are spiritual forces that support that interconnectedness, one of which is a spiritually guided soul energy or life energy, and that's what Reiki translates to. And it's thought to be a universal energy that is flowing through everyone, everywhere, all the time, helping our body, mind, and spirit to make the best of it. And our body, mind, and spirit are always working with it. And basically what I'll be doing is connecting to that energy and directing more of it to you. As far as like studies and stuff, I was even looking up studies on Reiki again today. There's so few, and the ones that do exist are very small, like very small studies. And very small studies are almost problematic because they're so small that you don't get a good enough population size to see what's really going on. So there's so many other factors that can go into what people are experiencing that could be so subjective. So I usually joke about, like, once we have the magical Reiki machine that can like measure the good vibes, it'll be a lot easier. But at the same time, we don't, but that's okay. We can just sort of trust for it. Let's see. Journey, fertility, love, creativity, pain in the ankle you broke last year. Yeah, we've got the Howlite for there. Definitely bringing in some moss agate. Positivity on the new journey, definitely. So let's bring in moss agate first. This helps with all matters of infection and illness that might be moving through the body. It also helps us to connect with nature and deal with any kind of fear of the unknown. It's great for self-work too. If you're connecting to your higher self or your inner child, this is a great stone. It's great too to feel like just a connection to spirit. So this can also support Fyad Luna. And connecting to your guides. Put some of that in there. And we have a lot of those covered, but I definitely want to give you some good juju on moving. Let's bring in some tourmalinated quartz. This is black tourmaline going through quartz, which in this case is green, can be clear, can be any color that quartz is. If black tourmaline's running through it, it tends to break up really stuck energy, including like childhood stuff. So this actually goes really well with Lemurian quartz, but it also helps break up the patterns we have. So when you're moving, that's part of the harder part, is like we're breaking all those connections. This can help with that. It also helps with protection in travel, including moving, and with fortune, luck in general. It helps to protect against, it protects travelers for sure, like I mentioned, but it also is thought to just break up anything that's stuck, any stuck energy. And with, if anyone's looking for either a new job or a second job or a side gig or a passive income, this is a good stone to work with too. So we will put some tourmalinated quartz here. And I hope that that helps you too. Autoimmune issues at the physical level and the root psychospiritual level. Absolutely. let's see. Hey, Heart, it's great to see you. I would think if there's a couple of crystals, Chris, that can help the energy to move throughout the body throughout the day. One of them is tourmalinated or rutilated quartz, but another one that helps to like get the energy flowing optimally all the time. Copper helps. Tree agate helps. Tree agate is sacred in Ayurveda, which is the sister science to yoga. This is thought to help all of the different channels that bring energy throughout the body, whether they be big or small, to work optimally and move the energy in the best, most supportive way. It helps support, it does more work where we're more stuck, less work where we're less stuck. It's really optimizing for the energy body. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this in. So this is tree agate. So let's make some room for you. Let's go ahead and put you here. Awesome. Unfortunately, I don't have pink opal, but I do have smoky quartz and selenite. I do have regular opal. So, selenite is tricky just because, yay, I only have like big wands of it. Selenite helps to reflect nothing but pure white light, great energy. It's a wonderful way to clear the energy of your stones. Just have some selenite and leave your stones laying against it for several hours or overnight or as long as you feel you need to. And it helps to gently recharge the stone and helps to clear them pretty significantly. It's a great way to work with them. This is such a soft stone, you can't put it in water. It could melt. So don't wash your selenite. Just dust it off gently. But it helps by, this is another one that can call in your guides. So another one in good connection for Fiat Luna. It's also one that we can use to clear our energy field. This is a trick you can use with it, is like you can take one wand or two and just like put it right in the middle of your head and just kind of go like this a few times in each direction with the intention that you're clearing your aura, and it really helps. So we'll bring that in. Opal, from what I've worked with, this is wonderful for anyone that does any kind of spiritual work or social work where you want to kind of stay hidden from those who might be at odds with you doing something good. So it was used by shamans to help protect them in the spirit realms from attracting the glances and attention of those who would harm them. So it's good for like kind of keeping a low profile and staying out of harm's way. And smoky quartz is very protective. It helps to transmute energy. So this is great for like anytime that you're going through a big shift in your life, we have an ability to let go of that energy, but this really helps. So it helps to like shift that energy into something more optimal. It's also great for calming worry, and it's thought to prevent theft. Back as far as the Middle Ages, maybe even before, this was thought to protect property from being stolen. And smoky quartz can be light in color like this, or all the way down to like a black color. So let's go ahead and put some smoky quartz. Yeah, very protective, loving, transmutive stone. Okay. Gotcha. So we'll do some removing the energy of others. Black tourmaline. We've talked about a lot of tourmalinated things. This helps to repel not so great energy, keep it at bay. I've gone so far as sewing it into curtains. It works. South Philly tested and approved. Oh, autoimmune, good call. Autoimmune, yes, rhodonite. And I'm going to get to Chris's too. Rhodonite is a great one for allergies, autoimmune, and asthma too. And it's one that I work with a lot. I have a lot of autoimmune stuff. And it's also great for the lungs and anyone who is going through a really intense breakup. It's often thought of as the breakup or divorce stone. This helps to heal your heart so that you can open your heart to love again, whether it's grieving the loss of a partner or just the loss of the relationship with a person or unrequited love. It's also great for insecurities as well as balancing the yin and yang in the body. So this is very good support for tree agate in that regard too. But this is great for autoimmune. Hey, Blue Sky. You're welcome. You're welcome, Kanta. And welcome in. But yeah, that's the one that I would definitely recommend the most. I work with it a lot. I actually am wearing it right now. This is rhodonite, and it's also got ashes of my cat that passed away like a year and a half ago. So I have her close to my heart, and also in a stone that helps heal the wounded heart and helps me with my autoimmune and lung issues. I have bad asthma and allergies and stuff. And some other autoimmune. I have like celiac and stuff too. Let's see. Let's go ahead to Chris's requests and also Heart's requests. So we've got Blue Apatite. It's a funny name because it really does help with anything that has to do with our relationship with food, whether it's overeating or undereating, whether you're trying to lose weight or gain weight, whatever the case might be, this can help with that. It's also really good for learning our soul's purpose, which has definitely been the order of the day. But yeah, relationship with food, it helps to strengthen your aura, so you'll be a little less prone to taking on the energy of others, so it'll definitely support heart there. And it's good for any time you want to bring about harmony and peace, and especially if you need to communicate something that people don't want to hear, like when you're anticipating a negative response from a crowd. This is a good stone to have too. So this is Blue Apatite. Put some here, here, and here. And for Chris, I know you requested Labradorite. This helps with harmony in groups, especially workplaces. Detailed attention to a lot of data, especially if you're like needle in a haystacking it, looking for something specific. It's good for clairvoyance or spiritual sight, as well as any kind of research, study, and having joy when you travel. It's also a great stone of helping sleep, and I did see a request in there for helping sleep. So we'll bring in Labradorite. And bumping into stuff. Chevron Amethyst. Blue Kyanite. Yeah, let's start there. Blue Kyanite helps with self-acceptance and self-love, loving yourself exactly as you are, which in a world that is making money on getting us to buy things based on our insecurity can be really rebellious. So yeah, loving and respecting yourself exactly as you are. Also great for understanding spiritual guidance, whether you're doing tarot readings or connecting with your spirit guides. And it helps with certain amounts of neurological care too. So this is blue kyanite. Go. Chevron amethyst is one that I often think of along the lines of Herkimer. It helps us to really connect with our spirit guides and helpers, so definitely another one that's going to help Yad Luna. But this helps us in the way of sending a message up to spirit and then hearing the response really clearly. This helps with also tolerance of others and degenerative diseases as well. And any kind of visionary work, if you want to use clairvoyance to see spiritually, or if you're doing shamanic journeying or visionary meditation or anything like that, even like guided imagery, this can be a really helpful stone. Just a really powerfully positive stone. Nope, that's not what I meant to do. That is. There we go. And aragonite, Caribbean calcite. Oh, it's okay, Chris. Have a good night. Oh, wow. Blue sky. Leopard skin jasper for your kitty who bumped his head. Oh, no. We do have leopard skin jasper in there. And for shock, for a friend who was in a car accident. Absolutely. Yeah, the best one for shock, especially physical shock, like trauma, things like car accidents. Black obsidian. Black obsidian. This is also just good for nervous pets. It's highly protective, and it's good for like intense shock, like acute shock, and anything that's like acutely traumatic. So we'll bring this in. Let's see. We'll put these. I think we're going to place these. And we have some aragonite with Caribbean blue calcite. We've got there's two different types of calcite. One that helps with our soul star, which is the energy center above our crown, which is where we can envision the highest spiritual purpose that we have. And the aragonite, which is the tan, which works with the earth star chakra that we talked about with polychrome jasper. That's where we enact our soul's purpose. That's how we make it actionable. So this helps to balance all the chakras, and the kundalini coiled at the base of the spine, it allows it to move more fluidly. So yeah, this allows us to basically sense where we're going and act on it. So we'll go ahead and place these in. And we also had the last requests were for rose quartz, and amethyst. So rose quartz, it couldn't be more complementary to the kunzite for sure. Beautiful, consistent, just abundant love, which allows us to much more easily let go of what no longer serves because we expect that there is something better that can come in and replace it. So good for any kind of emotional day that you might be having, any kind of heartache or heartbreak. We'll put that under our sunstone. And amethyst, not chevron amethyst, but regular amethyst. This helps us in our spiritual journey, especially if we're just beginning our spiritual journey or a new stage of it. This helps us with accountability, with taking care of our responsibilities, but also not taking responsibility for those of others. And it can help us as we do any kind of self-improvement work to be gentle with ourselves and not sort of like, I can't believe I did this, but more like, it's okay, I'm doing better now. So it's very calming, reassuring, affirming. It also helps improve sleep, as does Labradorite and Iolite. So we'll place that there. And I think we are ready to get into, I think we are definitely ready to move into the next phase. I'm also going to put in some shungite though. This helps to relieve stress, release emotional pain, energy blocks. It's great for physical tissue repair, recovery after being sick, injured, or having surgery, and to shield you from sort of the EMF, the electromagnetic fields that come off of electronic equipment. This can help clear our energy fields. We have additionally the Dalmatian jasper and what I put in for, and the black tourmaline that I put in for heart. This will also help. So let's put this in here and here. Here and here. And with that, let's go ahead. I'm going to ask you for your help in lifting the energy. If you could go ahead and take a deep breath and think of all the things that you're grateful for and go ahead and type them on out into the chat. That'll help lift the energy. While you're doing that, if you wouldn't mind hitting the like button, if you haven't already, it super helps me out. I'm going to take a moment to quickly explain what Reiki is, a little of how it works, and then we're going to get into the healing. So let's go ahead and do that. So thank you again so much for being here. It's so exciting to have you all here, have a new camera, have everything kind of going on. But yeah, it's wonderful to see you all on this beautiful, beautiful Tuesday. So as you know, I'm Danielle Stimpson. I'm the owner of Learn Reiki Philadelphia. If you want to learn anything about how to learn Reiki online in my small live instruction classes, not only can you learn about that at learnreikiphiladelphia.com, but I put under the community tab a coupon code for $30 off of a Reiki session, a Reiki class, $30 off of a Reiki class with me. That is good if you enroll before the 30th. And it's a thank you to all of you for making it to 800 subscribers. So that is good through the 30th of this month. There's also a coupon code for 15% off any crystal purchase over $25. The coupon code for both is the same, and that expires in a week on the 23rd. And the coupon code for both is, just typed it into the chat there for you, YouTube 800. But you can look at the community tab. It'll have the link and all that good stuff. But thank you all for getting me to 800. I really appreciate you all. So with that out of the way, you can learn more about me, schedule a one-on-one session or reading, all that good stuff at the links in the description, learnreikiphiladelphia.com. So what is Reiki? I kind of described it already answering a question, but the Usui style of Reiki, which is what I practice, is named after this method's founder, Mikao Usui, and he created this particular approach in the early 1920s Japan. And it is deeply spiritual, but very secular, completely secular. So you can insert your way of understanding how the universe works, and it's very supportive and accessible to everyone. It's also a big part of why I think it's been so impactful in the West. So, like I mentioned, this is based on the indigenous spirituality of Japan, Shintoism, the Shinto understanding that everything has a soul. Me, you, the plants, the trees, everything has a soul. And that soul, all those soul energies are interlinked and interconnected. And spirit, however you define it, provides lots of other energies that flow through that interconnection, one of which being a spiritually guided soul energy or life energy. And that's actually what Reiki translates to. It's thought that this energy is already flowing through us all the time. Our body, mind, and spirit are using it to our greatest good every moment of the day. And just like when we, need water and we drink it all the time, but we don't have to think about where it goes or what it does, it's much the same. Reiki's flowing through us and our body, mind, and spirit put it to use. Essentially, what I'll be doing today is using Usui's techniques to connect to that energy and send more of it to you, allowing your body, your mind, your spirit to put it to the best use for you in this moment. During the session, you may feel some physical differences and changes and sensations. You may have some emotions come up or be released. Mentally, you may hear your subconscious or have an opportunity to kind of think some things through and process some things that you find helpful. And on the spiritual side, you may have some intuition. You may get sort of like a sudden clarity about things. Wouldn't that be lovely? And it could be a combination of any of all of these together or independently. You may also have a really beautiful nap, and that's great. So what do you need to do? Really nothing. I suggest that you get comfortable, sit up or lay down wherever you feel comfortable. You can close your eyes, and if you fall asleep, great. You don't have to focus on anything. You don't have to keep your mind silent. You don't even have to stay still. If you want to, you can stretch, move, bend, journal, play some music, whatever feels right to you. This is going to be a session that is 25 minutes long, focused on you and what works best for you. At the end of that 25 minutes, by the way, during which you will notice that the lights will dim. You'll notice that the lights will move softly and gently from one color to the next. At no point will they flash or strobe. And if you enjoy the music, the link to the musical creator is at the bottom of the description below, so you can enjoy that on your own. And after 25 minutes of me sending to you over the beautiful picture of the grid on your screen, you'll hear my voice come back in. I'll invite you to take a few breaths, start to come back, and at that point I'll reopen the chat. You can ask any questions that you have, you can share any experiences, and we'll move on from there. I am here 5 times a week, same days, same times, live, building these grids and sending Reiki to you. So definitely subscribe with those notifications on so you don't miss an opportunity. And I'm so grateful to have all of you here. So let's go ahead over. Thank you so much, everyone, for putting so much positivity in the chat. And let's go on ahead over and get ready to get into our sessions. Awesome. Cool. Okay, that looks so beautiful. Nice job on the grid, everybody. Yeah, Jennifer Vatsa did say no Dalmatian Jasper because dogs. And then I went ahead and I put Dalmatian Jasper in anyway. I'm sorry. But I love all of you so very much. Thank you for helping me get over into 800 subscribers already. So go ahead, get comfy. There's no right or wrong way to enjoy your session. I'm going to go ahead and turn that music up for you, start the sending of the Reiki, and I will see you all in 25 minutes. I invite you now to take a deep breath in and out. Slowly come back to the room that you're in. Check in with your body and make any gentle stretches that you might find helpful. Thank you so much for being here today. As always, an honor and a pleasure. You're so welcome, Hart and Catherine. You're welcome, T. You're welcome, Martha. Yep. Hattie brought us some healing purrs. Yeah, you did. Good job. I feel better, and I hope you do too. Tomorrow is Wednesday, so I will be here at 4 p.m. East Coast US time. And of course, I'm here every Friday at both 4 and 8 p.m. and Sunday at 8 p.m. Again, East Coast US time. Oh, thank you, Kanta. Oh, I'm so glad you enjoyed it, Stacy. I hope you have a beautiful evening too. Kanta and Stacy, come back anytime. We love having you here. We're a fun bunch. Yes, I hope all of you have a beautiful evening. Here in Pennsylvania, we had some primaries tonight, or today and tonight. So those will start coming in. Hope all goes well. You're welcome, Blue Sky, and all the best to your friend. I hope they're okay. And as a reminder, hit that community tab so you can learn more about the coupon codes if you are into those. Also, my meetup group just hit 1,100 members. So if you're a member of my meetup group, Learn Reiki Philadelphia, go ahead and check your email as well. You have a message from me. I absolutely love sharing Reiki with all of you. I'm going to go ahead and bring this stream to a close with an abundance of gratitude. I hope to see you all again soon. Take care of yourselves, and bye for now.